Cuts, cuts, and more cuts. Guess what? You might be seeing a second tax bill coming to your house. How would you feel about that? Today, those words were uttered during a city council meeting. Everyone talking about the provincial funding cuts to what is happening here at the city. The total of $180 million for this fiscal year alone. The city manager says there is no way to find the efficiencies that they need to in such a short period of time unless some drastic measures are taken. Budget Chief Gary Crawford said much the same thing.
We're looking at service cuts. We're looking at potentially raising taxes. Now, I don't want to concern the residents of the city. We will be doing, with the mayor and I and the city manager, everything that we can to ensure that we balance the books properly. But it's serious.
We don't know, and I have a great deal of difficulty personally with raising taxes, so we're going to have to take this one step at a time.
Mayor John Tory using the term torture by 1,000 cuts today. They decided to move ahead with the motion here at City Hall today, basically calling upon Queen's Park to help them find those efficiencies and to basically hold off on those cuts for at least a year. They voted 25-1. That one holdout was, of course, Councillor Michael Ford, the Premier's nephew. Tory went on to say a number of other things, including standing up before Council and talking about the year 2013. That's when Rob Ford was mayor, and his brother was right alongside him in a very particular position, having some influence here and criticizing the then provincial Liberal government for $150 million worth of cuts. And here's what Mayor Tory had to say about that today.
The province was dismissive of the city's objections. But one councillor in particular summed it up this way, and I think it was a very solid summation. And I quote, "We've been prudent managers of the taxpayers' money, but these folks, the province, want to come back and put the burden on the back of the hard-working people of Toronto, the residents of Toronto. It's not fair." Close quote. That councillor was the vice chair of the Budget Committee for 4 years and is now the Premier of the province of Ontario.
As he has said all along, Mayor John Tory said he's eager to sit down and discuss things with Queen Park to try and come up with some sort of compromise if, in fact, they're trying to find efficiencies here at City Hall. He said he's asked multiple times and has yet to hear anything back.